Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Newsroom. This is Umar Khalid. But today is the 2nd of December 2024. The last month of the year begins, but of course every month, every day brings with us new stories, new developments on the national and international front. So let's begin without further ado on what we will discuss during the course of the day. We'll begin with the formation of a joint task force that has been made to identify those who are involved in nefarious propaganda against the state of Pakistan. We've highlighted that many times in the past as well through disinformation, misinformation and other tactics as well. Now this 10-member joint task force that has been formed is going to give its recommendation within a period of 10 days as well as to what is going to be the modus operandi as far as handling this kind of nefarious agendas and the people behind it is concerned. Our second story, ladies and gentlemen, concerns Syria. We are trying to venture into this new territory because we haven't really talked about Syria in the last few months, but there are a lot of developments that are happening in Syria which of course concern the advancement of Syrian rebels. What does that affect as far as Syria is concerned? Is the Syrian government in the hold of these activities? Are they doing the needful? Are the other countries also cognizant of what is happening? The number of casualties keeps on increasing, and how is Syrian government and its allies going to control the rebels? This will be discussed in our second segment. Then we'll be discussing the US, where Joe Biden has pardoned his son Hunter Biden, an official pardon for his son who was facing sentencing for 2 criminal cases despite previously ruling it out. Change of heart, fatherly instincts, well, I leave it to you. Finally, today is International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. The year's theme is fighting slavery's legacy of racism through transformative education. And I think this is a very interesting and important forum to also highlight slavery, because slavery exists in different forms and manifestations, and we need to have this transformative form of education in order to tackle issues that trickle out of this issue, that is slavery issue. Menace, you decide. Let's begin with our first segment, and that concerns the joint task force that has been constituted in order to tackle the nefarious mechanisms, machinations of all those who are trying to destabilize Pakistan through one way or the other. We've been joined by Brigadier Retired Masood Ahmed Khan Sahab, who's a defense analyst in the studios, to discuss that. Thank you very much, Brigadier Sahab, to have joined us. Brigadier Sahab, first of all, this task force, tell us a little bit about it, because I know there are 10 members, but is it a mix and match of different ministries? Who heads it, and what is the modus operandi of this task force?
Certainly, this task force has been given a mandate, firstly, to investigate and identify those groups as well as the individuals who are involved in this is pushing this nefarious or the malicious campaigns against the state of Pakistan and state institutions. That is one. So the task force comprises will be headed by the chairman, Pakistan Telecommunication Authority. Then there are representatives from Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Information and Ministry of Information Technology. There are representatives from the intelligence agencies, ISI, MI, or Intelligence Bureau, and also there is a representation from the cyber wing of the newly created cyber wing. So there is this basically comprises different members representing different organizations. So they are, I'm sure they are going to give the responsibility. They are going to fix the responsibility who are involved in this activity. So certainly this was expected, and this is the step the government has taken in the right direction. We have to identify those involved in those 4 days, and they created a situation. They tried their level best to internationalize this issue across the globe. There's something civil war is going on in Pakistan. So therefore, I think the step the government has taken in the right direction.
10 days, that is the time that has been given to this 10-member committee. There's a lot of 10s in there. But is 10 days enough to highlight, to identify all those who are behind such activities?
Certainly, the intelligence agencies are there. They have the information. So since they are the responsible to keep a watch on all the activities, especially when we talk of anti-state activities, so they have the information. They are assisting the government in finalizing, in drawing their conclusions, their findings, and also while giving the recommendation and what actions to be taken against them. So they will they have all the potential to do in 10 days.
Various violations, Brigadier Saab, are happening on different platforms. Social media platforms, of course, head that list. Domestic, foreign-based media platforms used to perpetrate concocted, baseless news that incite certain sections of the society deliberately, and it is all based on disinformation or misinformation. Who tends to benefit from such violations?
Firstly, this basically was what actually happened from 24 to 27, and subsequently the social media accounts they were used, and those accounts they resorted to massively. It was a planned and organized this social media campaign to basically malign the state institutions, and especially by exaggerating the accusing the state the law enforcing agencies for causing death of the so-called figures which they accordingly to them which they projected, that was by design to malign the state institution. And subsequently we have seen the casualties, they were ranging from tens to hundreds to thousands, and accordingly unfortunately the international media also took a lead from these the so-called media campaigns or the social media brigades, and accordingly this was reported by them also. And recently, and we saw, and BBC also created a report, and with the government of Pakistan, he asked a clarification from them, from their sources, and giving an exaggerated figure. So it was by design to basically to incite, to discredit this government, and secondly it was to incite the public against state institutions, and to create a division between the nation and the armed forces of Pakistan, and also an effort was apparently was made to divide rank and file. So that was the objective as a whole. If we can see, this was done by these the social media accounts, those living inside Pakistan, and of course those living abroad. They use the use of social media to create a situation, a war-like situation in Islamabad, and we have seen the clips which were shared, or it was mostly they were artificial intelligence generated clips.
All right.
And secondly, the clips, with some of the clips they were taken from Gaza, and in addition there was a clip which went very viral, and that was the clip was where doctors were seen treating injured people, and so it was depicted this has happened in Islamabad, but actually there was a clip taken in 2019. There was a clash between two groups in Nankana Sahib. So that clip was taken and projected that has happened in Islamabad. And similarly, there was a clip taken from Libya.